What the hell? Oh, that is why. Like that. I don't hear. Come on.
Big X. All right, big news. Obviously, a lot of people seeing is that Flacco finally dropped.
All right. What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? We're sharp at and 10 and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like crack the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. Kanushka use, good though. You're not gonna get and nobody's college-ito. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the get subscribe button for everything we got going on. Here at 10 and Trap News Network. I guess it's as high as this chair goes. So high. All right, I guess that's how it's go. News you can use, knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, man. Hit us with a like, with a comment, with a get subscribe for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's our news you can use. It's our knowledge you're not finna get nobody's college. Finna slide right into this good content, man. You got Adam22 talking to Munchie B about his beef with Flacco. Been a lot of things going on in these YouTube streets, but we're gonna get y'all this news you can use. It's not finna get nobody's college. Let's tap in with it and see what's going on. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Big expose video. Munchie, I think you texted me and told me it was a D-. What are your thoughts on this?
I ain't want to help further that little bunk ass campaign he trying to run.
It feels like it didn't make that much noise. Like it kind of the excitement before it came out was almost like more than when the video actually dropped. I kind of feel like.
Yeah, I ain't trying to help further that like that. I don't know, but what I will say is this what he debate journalists and all that. That's not journalist work. A journalist research the facts and report the facts.
He did get 340,000 views in 4 days, which
I don't mean what he reported is factual. It's viral, but like that's not journalist work though. You got content creators, podcasters, and journalists, bro. And he's a content creator. He's not a journalist.
But I mean, journalists, the New York Times every day, and
right,
it wouldn't be outside the norm for basically like a journalist to report on an investigation that the cops were allegedly carrying out. I don't know that they would necessarily about or anything.
Journalists don't get word from the streets and report things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They get it from documentation data or whatever credible source. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not journalist work.
You could operate in a journalistic capacity and not be a journalist.
No, by definition, we ain't talking about capacity or moving no goalposts. By definition, that's not a journalist.
Because like
that's a content creator, bro.
I don't think that anybody's too worried about fly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Reg dog. Yeah, my nigga. So I'm over here sitting in this sad man's hotel room, but we're gonna talk about that later, fool. Go look at my Instagram story to tell everything. But when it comes down to it, Reg dog, you a real homie, bro. You my nigga just came in, he read the room. Damn. And then that's just the end of it. You a real homie, bro. I appreciate you, my nigga. That's the real homie. That's the real homie. No stupidity, no flammery, no skullduggery, no larceny. Just, hey, my niggas, wooty bam. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, my nigga, but wooty bam, and that's just the end of it. But I don't think that Flacco is going for journalist right here. I think he's going more so for blogger. You feel me? I think Flacco's going more so for blogger because a journalist would be like Susan Hiroshima, Christine Devine. Flacco just messy. So Flacco's more like TMZ. We don't see TMZ as journalism, more like celebrity news. You feel me? So that could be that.
So like when JFK got killed, right? And people were trying to have their different narratives. Journalists were like trying to figure out what it was, and they're basically doing police work to get to the bottom.
Shout out to my nigga Gino in the chat. Shout out to Gino. One of my day one homies.
Journalist is a professional who collects writes, edits, and disseminates news and information for media outlets, including newspapers, magazines, television, radio, and digital platforms. They inform the public on current events, research complex issues, and often adhere to ethical standards of accuracy and verification. The end part there.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. They research the facts and reporting. That's a content creator. He's a content creator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and even like a lot of people ain't even podcasters because if your shit ain't on no audio side of things and just not in front of the camera, you're not a podcaster. You're just a content creator. It's
not true.
Is because hype.
Just because you're not on the audio side of things does not make you not a podcaster. That's not true. I get where much he is going with it, but that's not how that works. But go off.
Journalism, adhering to the ethical standards that you would expect from somebody who like worked for the Washington Post or the New York Times, etc. Because clearly he's chasing down stories and being willing to use sources that are not like vetted. He's not telling us what sources are, like in this case. So it's definitely like he clearly wants to break stories to the extent that he's not going to wait around for stuff to be 100% verified.
But the thing is, like, if you look at like,
so here's the thing: Flacco and Munchie B at this point are just kind of like lying on each other because you have Munchie B, according to K7, you know what I'm saying, verifying that what Flacco said about Munchie B hitting him up to go with the story about Flacco, even though it's not true. You got K7 saying that about Munchie B. You got Flacco lying and saying that the dude Frankenstone unalive Draco the Ruler. That's not true. So it just seemed like it's a bunch of these niggas just telling stupid lies on one another. You feel me? So that's all it is. It just seemed like it's a bunch of Flu Flammery, Skullduggery, and larceny.
Journalism, you look at news articles and all that, they'll be peppered with opinions, even if it's like, oh, this bombing is the most tragic event of the year or whatever. That's still an opinion.
It's different. I've been reading it for so long that I can
say that different. It's the same.
Fact checkers that go through everything. Point where, like, if they say this is the biggest bombing in X amount of years, you could probably assume that they looked
like even just
like
allegedly or sources have stated that. You know what I mean?
I noticed like on the New York Times, they always like when someone makes a statement, they always say, "I think that's right." They never say yes. That is correct. They say, "I think that sounds right," which is like that's them trying to stick to the standards / trying not to get sued.
Yeah, don't make a definitive statement that's going to bite you in the ass.
Even Flacco was having sent.
Yeah, Munchie B didn't see that as funny at all. I don't think that Munchie B thinks that Flacco was heaven sent at all. I don't think that Flacco, you know what I'm saying, at all. Prospect TV said me and Cuz gotta get down. Who is Cuz? Why do y'all gotta get down? Remo 2 is heaven sent.
That's like, I ain't gonna say it was small. I definitely think it's like the biggest thing, one of the biggest things besides that Pooh Shiesty. That says a lot about West Coast, you know what I'm saying, culture and the interest that people have about that, you know. Yeah, I think that went worldwide with that. That definitely went viral.
That went regional, bro.
It wasn't like Shiesty and Gucci Mane viral. It wasn't Lil TJ and Offset viral, but it was pretty big.
And for those of y'all making fun of my little blunt, first of all, I'm smoking on some Kapow. All I need is a little 1.2 in it to do me to get me to where I gotta go. I ain't a YN. I'm an OYN, an old YN. You feel me? I'm an OYN. So all I need is my little 1.2 and it get me to where I gotta go. You feel me? Because I'm smoking that Kapow. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a hype, drop a super chat. Put in on my Kapow. You feel me? Put in on my Kapow. You feel me? I got a little 7 to last me from now until 5 o'clock in the morning when I take myself right back to LA. You feel me? So I'm smoking that Kerplow. Old head YN smash the like. And you know it's a Dutch. Nigga, Reg Dog, you a real homie, bro. That nigga Reg Dog got me figured out. That nigga said, I know where you at. I know what you doing. I know why you there. Nigga, you rolling up a little Dutch because your ass is sad. Blah, blah, blah. This Reg Dog is a real homie. Reg Dog is a real homie. Shout out to my nigga Reg Dog for sure.
Saying it was, I'm not saying that it wasn't that big, but if you telling me people in different states are on the internet, that's the only thing that's right there. Pooh Shiesty and the thing that's going on Puerto Faco. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that was small, but you know, a lot, like I said, the names that's attached to that and stuff, that's why I did that. But the type of journalists people doing, such as Flacco and other people like that, I think they playing a dangerous game, man. I think they playing a dangerous game.
Hey, look,
Jonathan White giving people all the push, man. You seen how he just came out and I don't like it, bro. It's the baby daughters and was like, F your kids.
But see, here go the thing though. Games are only dangerous when you play dangerous games. Hear what I said. Games are only dangerous when you play dangerous games. I don't think Flacco's playing a dangerous game, because if Flacco was playing a dangerous game, that would insinuate that Flacco's going to be accessible to anybody in the streets of LA, and he's just not. He's just not. There's nothing going on in Flacco's world that's going to put him in front of any of y'all. Nothing. Nothing. So niggas can get mad at Flacco. Niggas can get upset at Flacco. Niggas can whatever about Flacco. It don't matter. Flacco is going to stay tucked off in Texas. And, you know, that's that. That's it and that's all. The world is a very small place. But it's even smaller when you are outside. For Flacco, the world is a huge place because he don't come outside. It's a whole big world out there, and he'll never get to experience it. So it's only small if you outside.
Because you have people who are trusting white that call him Unc. Crazy. You got real street dudes that call him Unc.
I don't like that term, and I said that on this platform before. That's not how it's used. No, I'm not calling none of these.
Yeah, that's weird. I got nothing.
Right, but they grow up my pops and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not calling nobody and you're not about to nephew me, bro. I ain't your nephew.
That's real.
Like, that's like son to me.
That's real.
For sure.
Like,
that's real.
No, you're not no Unc, bro. Yeah. The only ones I'm calling Unc is Snoop Dogg and E40. Those the ones that's where it came from. They Uncle 40 Water, Uncle Snoop. And now
Now, that's real. All these unnecessary unks is wild. All these unnecessary unks is wild. One of y'all favorite YouTubers, I ain't even gonna say who, and I ain't talked to that nigga since. That nigga was like, oh, come on, little bro, we gotta figure it out. Little bro, nigga, you might be like a year older than me, but in life, I'm way more successful than you. That nigga hit me with the little bro, and I was just like, okay. Not the nigga who, if he broke up with his girlfriend and be homeless, calling me little bro, but niggas got it.
Huh?
Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, Charlie Wilson.
But you know, he's a smoker. You know what I'm saying? So in our community, he wasn't doing shit. All the smokers. What up, auntie? What up, aunt? You know what I'm saying? That is smokers. So,
yeah, true.
Here, like, we was hearing Uncle Snoop and Uncle 40 Water. That's what we was hearing. You know what I'm saying? As far as industry. But all this talking about Unc and all that shit, and that's supposed to be like a term of endearment, or you an OG or something. That's out.
Do you see people trying to spread the fake news that Unc stands for Unc?
I will love to push that narrative.
There's like people on TikTok, like white people specifically, acting like that. Oh, that's the real meaning of Unc, and I'm like, nah, bro. I've been around since the beginning of.
Like, Adam said, I've been around these niggas. Sorry, you new white TikTokers. I've been around these niggas. Y'all ain't gonna come in and start trying to change the rules to the game that I've been playing. Adam 22 say he ain't giving nothing to you new white TikTokers. You feel me? Unc and auntie is for sure smoker terms, though. For sure smoker terms. For sure.
For sure, uncool has never been mentioned.
Yeah, no.
Maybe like
that's kind of like, you know, you giving somebody, you know, some respect. That's what you feel me, like.
Nah, Unc is a term of endearment, it's a term of respect. You feel me? You calling a nigga Unc because you got love for him, you respect with him. That's like saying, what's up, OG, and all this kind of stuff. Nigga, Unc is only respectable and respectful. You feel me? Or if you a smoker.
That's like, okay, so like, and like, where we come from, like I'm gonna say,
hey, that's why I be dying to graze, man. I be getting hit with the I ain't died him in a minute, but I'm gonna die him in a second though. Don't trip. By next week, I'm gonna have this motherfucker die. I'll be black. I'm gonna be back to black. But they be calling me Unc too, bro. I'm 36, man. I just got traumas.
like too much, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like poverty, or just like in the African American communities, like if you unking somebody, it's like either like an older homie, somebody like Mutt said, somebody.
I don't know, Reg. Early 40s, I think that you might be Unc. Where does Unc start? Okay, where does let's start from the beginning. Where does YN stop? Where does grown man start? Where does grown man stop and Unc or young OG start? And then where does Unc start? Let's get an age bracket of this, man. Somebody break it down from ages. We're gonna start from 16 being a YN, and then I want y'all to go from there. I want to see YN, I want to see grown man, I want to see young OG, I want to see Unc, and then I want to see full ass OG. Unc start at 35. Okay, so I'm Unking it. Start at 35, I'm Unky because I'm 36. I thought I was still young OG. I thought Unc started at 40. I thought that I could still fall on a young OG. I think that I can still fall on a young OG. You Unc now, bow. Damn, am I Unc? Nah, bro. I feel like Unc start at 40, bro. I feel like Unc should start at 40. Unc is 45?
You know, they just meeting random people in the street. If you uncle a random person in the street, you trying to butter them up or trying to get some about them. Like, man, hey, uncle, listen, to be honest with you, in my personal opinion, that's a cultural thing because I could be wrong. We said white people to my aunt. On the day, I was about to say that's a cultural thing to tell me in my personal opinion because I only hear black people calling like, oh, my uncle, yeah. Like, I don't never hear white people. To be honest, I don't hear Mexicans say it either, but they could be saying it as well.
They might say Theo and Thea.
White person like, oh, my Uncle Charlie or my auntie. Bro, you're tripping. We got aunties. You're not saying it.
He's not saying that you have auntie and uncles in a literal aspect, Lush. He said that you ain't meeting grown men on the streets and calling them
I never heard nobody say. Y'all probably do. I never heard a white person say, "Oh, my Uncle Charlie."
Hey, but then I've heard that too. One nigga tell me, "Hey, bro, no, I just call you Unc because you be knowing what the fuck you talking about." So I was like, "Okay, I could take that. I could take that." He said, "I'm Unc because I knew what I was talking about all the time."
If you walk in here, you with a 55-year-old dude from your hood, and I say, "Hey, what up, Unc?" That's basically me acknowledging you're old, but also like I fuck with you, like I'm showing you love or whatever. But it's saying you are 10 or more years older than me.
Yeah, that's like you're never that's also me as well, though. Yeah, for sure. But black people do. We like I'm talking about our real families, like we don't talk about aunties and uncles by their first name.
Yeah,
No.
You'll preface it with
that's yeah, for sure. Yo, okay, but Munchie, there's another thing that's important that we touch on, which is that according to Flacco, you told Flacco who killed Rosemo back in the day.
Hey, you know what I just learned recently? No, you know, a polygraph test only costs like $500, right? You know that?
That's the content. That's content.
What are your thoughts on the drama with Gabe Itch? Who is that? Put me on game. I can get into that.
Because it's two things. Because
now a polygraph test at no jumper would be something to see. That would be something to see. I would love to see Munchie B and Flacco both sit up and take a polygraph test. Now that would be something.
I learned that he's like a pathological liar.
For sure.
Right, because Rosemo died in 2011, 2012.
God bless it.
He's a gang member. He's not a celebrity, a rapper, or nothing. What interest would he have in Rosemo for me to even bring it up to him? In 2011, 2012, Flacco was like 13 years old? Yeah. Why would I bring up, first of all, I don't know who did that. When he said that, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's up in the air.
Now, again, I would say with the Rosemo situation, I will continue to maintain. I don't think that Munchie B, I don't think that Flacco got that information from Wack, because that information being out in the world doesn't serve Wack. It actually makes Wack look bad. If you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. But that information being out in the world would, in my opinion, be detrimental to whatever Wack has going on, not helpful at all. So I can't see why Munchie B I'm sorry, I can't see why Wack would feed Flacco that particular information. That doesn't make sense because that would just make Wack look dumb. Once that story comes out in totality, Wack looks like an idiot.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of gang related shit. So why I got a theory, like, you know what I'm saying, why he would even say some stupid shit like that, but he's a compulsive liar, bro. I'm starting to learn. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you we play that thing will go crazy.
Now I will say this: God bless Rosemo, God bless the dead, God bless his soul, God bless the family and everybody involved. But I can't see why Wack would, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, but a lot of things don't make sense to me. A lot of things don't make sense.
Making up shit.
Yeah, from what he was saying basically is you said clearly you said it's untrue, but basically he was saying, like, you know what I mean, he helped you be a part of No Jumper and stuff like that, and you got so cool with him, you just running your mouth to such allegedly running your mouth, you got so cool with him, you just started giving up.
That it just sounded like something he wouldn't make up, but that's also why.
So Adam is saying that he doesn't believe Munchie B. Adam is saying that he thinks that Munchie B gave Flacco that information. He's saying it's such a weird thing to make up. He doesn't understand why Flacco would pull a Flu, Flamasco, Doug, and a Larson of the sort. But that's Adam 22's, whole output looking at the situation.
Because why would he? I'm perplexed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm perplexed as well.
Okay, like I don't even like to talk about that's so grounded. Like we was off camera one time, like, man, we're trying to find out anyway that, you know what I'm saying, with the Greedo and the chain thing.
Okay.
On the way out, I'm like, you know, do you recall that day or no?
No, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like that's between him and his homies. Like, but for me to talk about a gang related shooting, I suppose I don't know.
Right.
All I know is when they talk about Rosemo beating up Bosco, if Bosco would get pressured up and he'd play with the idea. But everybody know Bosco didn't do nothing. Yeah. They got Bosco going to.
All I'm gonna say about that is, look, this is all I'm gonna say about that, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Cause boy,
like, getting arrested on camera and shit.
That was never the rumor.
Huh?
Bosco killing him was never the rumor.
No. Bosco, he was playing.
Adam, how do you know about the rumor? And then now, see, this is how the police work goes. Man, well, Bosco was never blah blah blah. Man, well, how you know? Well, I said blah 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 blah. No, that's not what happened. This what happened, and then everybody starts talking. Everybody starts talking.
No. Really? Man, but then nobody ever believed that. Bosco will play with the idea because people would use that against him, weaponize that. You know what I'm saying? But like, bro, I don't know that shit. Nigga, why would I tell Flacco? Why am I talking about an Inglewood Piru to Flacco?
Yeah.
That I assume that he probably don't even know.
I'll tell you, like, psychologically why Flacco made that up, I think, is because he already felt like, oh, Munchie might be under pressure from people who feel like Munchie is talking too much and saying too much on Clubhouse or whatever it is. So from his perspective, how's he going to do a little bit more damage? Let's throw another accusation.
Watch this week.
You're really saying some nut that you ain't supposed to be saying to a civilian, and he knows that it'll kind of get bought by a lot of people because it falls in line with an existing narrative that people are trying to say online, which is basically that Munchie just be getting drunk and talking too much.
Okay, listen. Listen.
There could be some validity into that. Munchie getting drunk and talking too much. That could be valid.
I'm not under no pressure, for one. For two, it's this dude going viral, bro. Right? This little dark skinned Kermit the Frog looking up out my community. It's the same. The thing is, you know what I'm talking about, but the thing is, he's been in communication with Wack, right? So I said, something like DP or some shit, bro. That little dude, bro. And then every week he tells people, I'm going up to No Jumper. Like, I don't Wack promising him air interviews. I don't know, bro. Cat is delusional, and bro,
I'm not bringing anybody on the pod just because they are Munchie out.
But my thing is this though.
That would be the first person in history that Adam 22 didn't bring on that pod just because there was somebody's op. Adam is notorious for bringing niggas ops onto that podcast. You could get into it with a nigga over nothing, and Adam 22 is gonna put him right into the room with you.
I'm not fire, bro. I'm not on no fire.
I'm not sure who he's speaking about. It's some dude from Inglewood. I, for obvious reasons, stayed out of that, so I'm not even sure. I could tell y'all honestly. I think that the dude calls himself the Prince of Inglewood, but this nigga could walk into this room right now and tell me if you could, if 5 niggas walk into this room right now and y'all can offer me $1 billion and say, hey, whichever one of these niggas is a nigga that's a Prince of Inglewood, I give you the $1 billion. I wouldn't be able to get the billion. You feel me? I wouldn't be able to get the billion because I have no idea who the fuck they talking about. Like, I'm aware of his existence, but I don't know who this person is. Adam's for sure a fluke planner.
I could go.
What you gonna do when Adam wanted to bring him to the Adam and Wax show? Was Adam guest? I mean, as well.
That's why we do it too. You just show up with it, and then you go act super.
You backtracking a little bit.
What?
Because you right now you kind of insinuated that Flacco might be just throwing something out. You know what I'm saying? To see if it's stick on the wall. But a couple of minutes earlier, you said his fight might be. Yeah. So you come back.
Ooh, Spody Face calling Adam 22 out on his flu flammery. All right, let's see.
You think Flacco just throwing shit right now?
I think he just. I don't think Munchie would share that information. I've been Munchie all these years. He never told me who killed nobody.
Yeah,
I would be pissed off if he was Flacco or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that Munchie B thinks that this is like too much of a laughing situation. But hold on, y'all. I don't think that he thinks this is too much of a laughing situation. I don't think that Munchie B is, really too happy with niggas talking about this shit.
Then AD never told me about any bodies. That's up.
Well,
Hey, bro. But see, there's people that's know on the internet like it.
I don't know Munchie all these years. He never told me who killed nobody.
Yeah.
All right, but
Yeah.
Nobody ever told me. Then AD never told me about any bodies. That's up.
well,
he don't got none.
People that's know.
There's nothing for AD to tell Adam 22 about because AD ain't never been involved in no type of activities like that. It's not even like what. When it's time for cripping activities, they don't call AD. When it's time for partying activities, that's when AD gets called. Nobody calls AD to go crip. Niggas call AD to party.
Driven, right? So you could throw it out there. The people that don't like you, they go run with it. They go report it. And the people, some people that's done to go believe it, and then people that got common sense, they go like, no. You know what I'm saying? So they know like that something go stick. It's narrative driven. That's how the internet is now. So if I say, man, I ran into Adam and I socked him and slapped his wife on the ass, half the internet go believe it.
Yeah.
If they don't like you, that's just how I go. But them dudes is compulsive liars, and I'm gonna sue the out of one of them dudes, bro.
Ooh, damn.
No, for real. I'm waiting to sue me, and nigga, because, hey, bro, just keep it real, because I could.
But then see, here go the thing though. I always said go ahead and put that lawsuit in play. Beat these ninjas at their own gangs. But to all these gang bangers who swear to God that everything got to be handled in the streets and everything got to be a crash on, everything got to be a flu flam and can't talk to the police and you can't do this and all that. You're going to sue a nigga, and then everybody's going to start calling you a snitch because you sued him. Then you're going to be explaining yourself why you sued him. And then some niggas going to fuck with you, and then some niggas not going to fuck with you. And then you're going to have to explain yourself even more. And then it's going to just be a whole bunch of shit, bro. And it's not going to be worth it. I mean, personally, I don't give a damn because I'm going to do what I want to do. Ain't no grown man finna make me report to the backyard. You feel me? I'm not finna get ODM slimmed to where at over 30 years old, at over 20 years old, I got a bunch of grown men who don't have anything to do all day calling me to the backyard because I don't have nothing else to do all day so they can whoop my feet. That's stupid. But when it's all said and done, y'all niggas have committed to publicly living these lives and living these, personas and these monikers and all this kind of stuff. Where do the flu flammery start and stop is my question.
Tell the truth on people. And I could go insult for insult, but when they get to playing these little detective games, police games, and all little weird shit, like they ain't my type of games, bro. I don't play that shit. That's weird.
Why were these people crazy?
So if I go to the hood and take a picture with the homie Big Pookie Loke or whatever, and when I take a picture of him, they gonna be investigating to the right of me. Yeah, let's see if he got any more exposures. Get on him. Like, damn, I can't even take a picture of somebody.
But I'll tell you why, because I don't think normally just makes up out of thin air, but I do think that he might have felt comfortable doing that with you about the Rose Mode thing because he feels like you took.
But see, here's the thing too, though. What Munchie B got to pay attention to, somebody just said in the chat. If you go to them people and you say that these niggas is putting these false claims on you and all that kind of stuff, they're gonna bring up the fact that you said that you passed bottles to that nigga's unaliver. they're gonna bring that up, and then somebody's gonna wonder who that person is and how you are going about this situation for sure.
The battle, the war of words to a different terrain by saying stuff about his family. Because even in like other group chats that, well, you're not in the group chat anymore, which is a whole other thing we talk about, but he sees it as you took it to that level, so it's war now. And that I do think that if it came down to it, he would be down to squash it if it was presented the right way.
Off that shit. Yeah, hey, no. I didn't lie. Your brother is that. But what I'm saying is, he say things like, "Oh, these gangbangers, how they mothers don't deserve nothing because of they gangbanging kids," right? That's crazy. And my mom is not gang. My mom is she gang? No, hell no. My mom.
Do she be outside with her gang? Does she chuck her gang signs if she gang bang? Does she be outside with her gang? She's from the deuce, the foe, the bigs to 8 to 9. She's from the deuce, the foe, the bigs to 8 to 9. She's from the deuce, the foe, the bigs to 8 to 9. Is she from the deuce, the foe, the 6, the 8 to 9?
Our son is from somewhere.
So what did you say? Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I didn't catch that. But I'm saying, if my mama don't
I got you, bro.
because her son made bad decisions, well, what do your mom deserve? Because your brother is feeling on people that don't want to be touched, pulling out his wee dropping anchor. So I mean, am I wrong?
I mean, we all like heard that a little bit over the years.
I
don't know exactly what
all that shrouded in like
Flacco's brother's a wee puller. Goodness gracious. Niggas out here being grown ass wee pullers. Crazy work.
Ambiguity. Like, I don't know if anything is, if that's ever been.
Shut up. You made a mistake.
Well, yeah.
You called him baby.
Yeah.
What you mean you don't know?
I didn't call him David.
You put the PDF thing on Flacco.
No, well, that's
why I called you out for the fade.
After Adam told him to do it, ooh, it's getting spicy, my boy.
Turn it down. You not.
Not really. Not really.
What's like? No, halfway.
Bro. Basically, what I said.
What you say?
Reddit was like, "Oh, I'm about to say something on the news. I got something for y'all. Y'all are gonna all change the way y'all are looking at this." Man, that's exactly what I said. Business. What do you want me to make up some other? Yeah, that's what I said. Because I literally did not say that.
Bro, you already took the fade down. Ain't no fade about to be taken. You ain't got to lie no more.
Hey, Les, you are backtracking, looking stupid right now, Brick Dog. I ain't gonna lie.
There's no consequence.
But however, bro,
that's the actual story.
I'm just like, okay, you want to play with the gang culture, talking about what our parents don't deserve. Well, I say the same thing in your case. That's all.
Yeah, man. So we finna get up out of to the next one, man. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. We gone. Chat, stay and kick it, man. Let me do this real quick. I'm finna take it downstairs, man. I caught me a cool little seating area. I'm about to smoke my little blunt at. I'm about to be back in 30 minutes.